coming up, an important deadline today for voters. And today is the deadline to request an absentee ballot application for New York State's Democratic primary. So right now, 5:16 your time right now. We'll turn things over to Mike Woods, get a check on that Forks. Inez, and speaking of some of those trains, New York City's new high-priced subway cars, well, they're out of service again. The fleet of new cars are now sitting in. Coming up, cell phone outages reported across the country, and the FDA is revoking emergency authorization of 2 malaria drugs to treat COVID-19. The FDA says the New York Attorney General Letitia James wants Apple and Google to do more to protect the private information of people who use coronavirus contact tracing apps. She called on the tech. And if you use T-Mobile, which I do as well, you may have noticed a major outage yesterday. The network is back up and running, though, but the Trump administration wants answers. Racial awareness is also having a positive impact on Black-owned businesses. And mortgage services are getting some relief from New York State during the COVID-19 pandemic. 5:25 is your time right now. We'll have your top stories when we return, including big changes on the way for the NYPD. Also to get to Good day, New York. It is just about 5:30. Thank you so much for joining us this Tuesday morning. I'm Bianca Peters. Let's turn things over to you so much. Well, a scary incident sent 3 NYPD officers to the hospital thinking they may have been deliberately poisoned. But investigators now believe there may be an innocent explanation behind what happened. Fox 5's Kayla Mamluk is live in Lower Manhattan with those details. Kayla, good morning. What can you tell us? The update. Meantime, the city's top cop, Dermot Shea, announcing a major shakeup in the department. The NYPD's entire plainclothes anti-crime unit is being disbanded. Fox 5's Reagan Medji has more from the Upper East Side. Reagan, good morning. And President Trump is defending his decision to go ahead with a campaign rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma this weekend. He says the event will be moved from Friday, which is the Juneteenth celebration, to Saturday, the 20th instead. Critics say the event should be canceled altogether to minimize the risk of spreading COVID-19. For the rally, he wants them to consider a larger outdoor site to accommodate the expected crowds. And some supporters are already waiting in line outside of the BOK Center where it is going to be held. The 14-year-old involved in the robbery and murder of a Barnard College freshman has been sentenced to 18 months in the custody of the Administration for Children's Services. That team will spend 6 your time right now. We'll turn things over to Mike Woods. Mike, thank you so much. All right, coming up in entertainment news, Howard Stern addresses a resurfaced controversy from his shock jock past. We'll talk about that when Good Day Wake Up returns. Stay with us. Howard Stern, well, he's reacting to a resurfaced video of him in blackface and using the N-word. The clip was addressing the temporary removal of Gone with the Wind from HBO's Max streaming service. And there's been a move to replace Confederate statues in Tennessee with statues of a different state icon. 5:48 is your time right now. We'll turn things over. Inez, thank you so much. Your time right now, 5:51. We'll talk some sports coming up next. This is including some dismal news for fans looking forward to the return of baseball. Good Day Wake Up. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. In sports, there are reports that several Dallas Cowboys and Houston Texans players have reportedly recently tested positive for COVID-19. Now, this includes. We're also learning that several Major League Baseball players and coaches have also tested positive for COVID-19 as well. And there's more bad news when it comes to starting the actual season. The league and the players are still far apart on an agreement to play ball. Fox 5's Matt King takes a look at where the situation stands. Well, the U.S. Tennis Association hopes to hold the U.S. Open at the National Tennis Center in Queens starting in August. Tennis officials. 5:57 is your time right now. We're just a few minutes away from the 6 o'clock hour. We'll have your top stories. They're just going to be coming up around the corner. Good Day Wake Up is coming back. Stay with us. Good day, New York. It is 6 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. I'm Bianca Peters. Thank you so much for joining us on what should be a picture-perfect Tuesday. Mike Woods is coming up with that full forecast in just a second. Let's turn things over to Mike Woods, get a check on that beautiful forecast. Well, let's talk about a scary incident that sent 3 NYPD officers to the hospital thinking they may have been deliberately poisoned. But investigators now believe there may be an innocent explanation behind what happened. Fox 5's Kayla Mamluk is live in Lower Manhattan with the details on this. Kayla, good morning to you. Kayla, thank you so much. Meantime, the city's top cop, Dermot Shea, announcing a major shakeup in the department. The NYPD's entire plainclothes anti-crime unit is being disbanded. Is the deadline to request an absentee ballot application for New York's state Democratic primary. So right now, 6:10 is your time right now. Coming up, why the city spent hundreds of $millions on new subway cars, which aren't even being used. We'll talk about Sagidi. New York City's new high-priced subway cars are out of service again. The fleet of new cars are now. And let's go ahead and get a look at that forecast with Mike Woods.
Come back to you.
Inez, thank you so much. We'll take a look at this, a celebration outside Stonewall Inn. This was after a landmark Supreme Court ruling upholding workplace protections for gay, lesbian, and transgender people. Sharon Crowley has more on the ruling and the reaction from Greenwich Village. Your time right now is 6:19. We still got a whole lot more coming up, including this. Tech consultant Shelley Palmer. Welcome back. Facial recognition can help police solve crimes faster and more efficiently. But in the wave of protests all across the U.S., big tech companies like IBM, Amazon, and Microsoft have said they will stop selling their AI software to police departments for a period of time to ensure that the technology is used responsibly. Shelley, we still got a whole lot more coming up, including this. Good Day Wake Up is coming back with your top stories. We'll talk about that when we come back from the break. All right, we are talking about a scary incident that sent 3 NYPD officers to the hospital thinking they may have been deliberately poisoned. But investigators now believe there may be an innocent explanation behind what happened. Fox 5's Kayla Mamlak is live in Lower Manhattan with the details. Kayla, welcome. Meantime, the city's top cop, Dermot Shea, announcing a major shakeup in the department. The NYPD's entire plainclothes anti-crime unit is being disbanded. Fox 5's Reagan Medji has more from the Upper East Side. Reagan, good morning. The 14-year-old involved in the robbery and murder of a Barnard College freshman has been sentenced to 18 months in the custody of the Administration for Children's Services. So restaurants in New Jersey are adjusting to a new normal now that they have reopened for outdoor dining. Ryan Christopher. Welcome back. New Jersey restaurants are now open for outdoor dining, but tables need to be 6 feet apart. And that has restaurants and towns getting creative to figure out how to space things out, including in the densely populated Hoboken. So that is where we find Fox 5's Ryan Christopher. 6:46 is your time right now. We'll turn things over to Mike Woods, get a check on that beautiful. Let's talk sports now. Guess who is back in the studio? It's been a couple months. We missed her dearly. Tina Cervasio. She got more on what's happening in the sports world. Tina, good morning.
Hello, Bianca. Back over to you.
Tina loves seeing athletes using their voice for positive change. Thank you so much. Well, we got some entertainment news, which is coming up next. Good Day Wake Up. We'll be right back. Stay with us. Back in 1981. And Howard Stern, he's reacting to resurfaced video of him in blackface and using the N-word. And there's a move to replace Confederate statues in Tennessee with statues of a different state icon. The petition has collected more. Well, that does it for Good Day Wake Up. Good Day New York is coming up next. Lori's going to be talking with former NYPD Commissioner Howard Safer. Stay tuned for that.